years since the Dalai Lama has been in Chicago, and he's going to be back in town in July for 2 different events, and tickets just went on sale. And here to help give us a preview are 2 special people. We're really excited about his return. Joining us now is Tim Boyd, who's the president of the Theosophical Society in America, and Chicago actress known for roles in Flashdance, The L Word, and Chicago Code, which is currently filming here in Chicago, Jennifer-Beals. So thank you both so much for being here. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for having us.
So I'm going to start with Tim, and then we'll get to Jennifer, why you're related and everything with what's going on with the Dalai Lama. But he's expected there's going to be 2 different speaking engagements, right?
That's right.
Okay, and when was the last time the Dalai Lama was actually here in Chicago?
The last time he was here was 2007. At that time, he spoke at Millennium Park and also at Harris Theater. So this time he's going to be here July 17th, speaking at the UIC Pavilion, and then on the 18th at the Harris Theater as well. Yeah.
Okay, and then what can people expect from hearing the Dalai Lama? I know it's just going to be very difficult to get tickets, but what is it that people go? What's the message they go to hear?
Well, one of the things I think people respect so much about the Dalai Lama, people speak of him as His Holiness, is that his message is so simple that it's grasped by people all around the world. And everywhere he goes, he speaks about similar things: compassion, the need for the faiths of the world to cooperate. And I think that's going to be his focus when he comes here, especially.
Okay, and then Jennifer, so we have Jennifer here, and it's like, okay, now you're related to this whole situation because the Dalai Lama is really, really important to you.
Yes,
right?
well, I heard the Dalai Lama speak many years ago in Los Angeles when I had just started studying Buddhism, and I was struck by how he was able to talk about such complex issues and using such simple language, and he had a wonderful sense of humor, and you come away feeling like you've had a one-on-one dialogue, even though he's talking to a larger group of people. And the thing that I walked away with, the most salient message for me, was that of compassion. That you can have the golden rule, do unto others as you would have others do unto you, but then you take it one step farther, where you just do good unto others, period, just for the sake of it.
So that's what I had read most of all, was that when you hear the Dalai Lama speak, that you feel like he's connecting right with you. And so that's really what touched you the most and got you, really involved with this.
Yes,
right?
and I had a friend of mine who is working with the organization, and I just said to her, I'd really love to volunteer. I'd love to stuff envelopes. If you need somebody to sharpen pencils, I'm happy to do it. And then I got a phone call and said, would you be willing to be a spokesperson? And I said, absolutely. So here I am, and I'm incredibly honored.
Okay, now I have to know really quick about the Dalai Lama when he comes into Chicago. Does the Dalai Lama stay in Chicago? Does the Dalai Lama fly out of Chicago? I mean, that's what we all want to know. What does the Dalai Lama do when he's here in town?
Well, I don't think we'll see him at any of the clubs.
Right.
But
Billy Deck will be very unhappy about that. Okay.
No, he'll have to miss him this time. But no, he flies in. He'll be staying in Chicago when he comes. When he's come previously, before he was Nobel laureate and the other sort of rock star status he's achieved, he actually stayed out at the campus of the Theosophical Society in Wheaton in 1981. But that was before the days when he had Secret Service protection and all those sorts of things.
Does he enjoy Chicago then?
Oh yeah, he has very strong connections with Chicago and the Tibetan community. And there are a lot of people who really deeply love His Holiness and look forward to his coming.
Right. Yeah. Okay. And Jennifer, I got to ask you really quickly. Obviously, you're filming Chicago Code and back in Chicago. Are you back full time? Do you get to see the family? How has it been being back?
We go back and forth, and it's been fantastic being in Chicago. And I feel so fortunate that I'll be here in July for His Holiness's visit. And people wanting to get tickets should go to DalaiLamaChicago.com for more information.
Okay, I'm going to get to that. Okay, thank you both so much. We really appreciate it.
Oh,
Again,
you're
Jennifer-Beals, Tim Boyd, thank you very much. And again, as Jennifer said, if you want to get tickets and you need more information for the Dalai Lama's appearances, you can always go to DalaiLamaChicago.com or check it out at WCIU.com.
Lately, when we mention actress Jennifer-Beals, it's all about her Fox series, The Chicago Code. Turns out she has other interests.
You say this, Robin, or else I can do it like this. She chatted with entertainment reporter Bill Zwecker about something a bit more spiritual. Bill?
Yeah, that's right, yes.
Put his name on the script, he's reading it.
There you go, exactly. Well, that is true, Robin and Bob. Beals is helping promote the upcoming return visit to Chicago by the Dalai Lama, who will participate in 2 days of interfaith events here, July 17th and 18th. Now, the actress told me that she met the Dalai Lama in L.A. several years ago and became a huge fan of his philosophy that people of all world's religions should interact and learn from each other rather than fight over religious differences.
I was so taken with him and the way he was able to really speak to complex ideas using very simple language and a terrific sense of humor. And when I heard he was coming to Chicago, I wanted to volunteer, and I have a friend of mine who's associated with the organization, was putting on the event, and I told her I wanted to volunteer, and then I got a phone call asking me to get the word out.
Well, she's obviously done that, and we have all the information, by the way, on our website to get tickets to the Dalai Lama events in July. It's all there at myfoxchicago.com.